Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a video. I'm going to discuss kind of some products you should focus on if you want to be successful in your panning. I mean, you can be successful in other ways too, but this is the products that are the easiest for me to pan. Obviously this is my opinion, this is what I've learned from my experience with panning, but I'm going to go through the products that I think are the easiest to pan. So before I jump into the products themselves, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So before we actually jump into the products, there are kind of two categories that I want to cover in this video. The first category is something that you can use every single day without getting tired of it. Just something you can, like, without thought, use every single time you do your makeup. So that's the first category I'm going to cover. And then the second one is more kind of formulas and more specific products. So first of all, let's start with the things that you can use on a daily. So for me, one of the easiest things for me to pan is base products. So like, for example, foundations, powder, bronzer, those kind of things, even primer, I would say. So those are the main products that I would say are the easiest for me to like pan, because all four of those are things that I can use every single day, and they're also kind of the type of product that it goes a bit quicker because you use a lot of it. So first of all, foundation. I am happy to use the same foundation every single day, you know, on special occasions, for example, or if I'm panning foundation that I know doesn't last throughout the whole day, I use that on an everyday basis. But if I'm going for an event, or if I'm going, you know, for whatever, and I want my makeup to last and look good for the whole night, I will use something different. But in general, foundation is something that is very, very easy for me to incorporate every single day. Same with concealer. Actually, I forgot to add that to the list, but that is the same for me, concealer as well. When it comes to powder, similar thing. I'm happy to use the same powder every single day, unless it's like a specific type of powder. So for example, if it's like an illuminating powder, maybe I wouldn't use it every single day, but a good standard powder, either loose or pressed, I'm happy to use every single day. And when it comes to panning, the more you use it, the more progress you're gonna get, and that is why I'm kind of thinking these are some of the easiest products for me to pan. Also on that list is bronzer, and I know bronzer might not be the same for everyone, but for me, I don't mind using the same bronzer every single day. I've been using the same bronzer all year. I have switched it up a little bit because I'm panning currently like two bronzers. So I'm panning a bronzer, and then I have a palette, like a face palette in a project where I'm going to use the whole palette overall. So I've been alternating a bit, but overall I've been using the same bronzer all year, and we're at the end of March almost, so I don't mind using that every single day, and you go through them quite quickly if you do. Again, it does depend on formulas a little bit, which I will cover later, but these are just the type of products that I've noticed tend to go faster for me. The last on the base side, we have primer. Similar thing, I am happy to use primer, same primer every single day. With primer though, it's one of those products that I need to be in the routine of using a primer, otherwise I forget about it, because again, it's not something that I really think too much about. So that one is like a little bit, I guess, on the edge, because I've had primers before that I've taken forever to finish because I just forget to use it. But if you remember to use the same primer, or if you remember to use the primer every single day, that is another one that I find quite easy to get through. When it comes to eyes, it's a little bit harder because eyes is something that I switch up all the time, but I'm talking about like the whole eye area, including brows. So the two products that I would say when it comes to eyes that are the easiest for me to finish are kind of eyeshadow itself, are setting and blending out shade. So I don't set my lid, but I do use those kind of skin toned beige, for me at least, beige kind of shadows to blend out eyeshadows. So if I take an eyeshadow up too far in the crease, if it gets too messy, I use that almost as an eraser to make the lines softer. And those eyeshadows I go through quite quickly as well, because I can use them in every single look and just blend it out. I mean, there's some looks that maybe I wouldn't go with, but on a general basis, that is something that you can use every single day. So it goes back to that kind of main reason why it's easy to pan. Other eyeshadows I would say are quite difficult to pan completely, because you do switch up the eyeshadows, at least I do. But if you use the same eyeshadow every single day, similar thing goes there, it would be easy to pan something that you can use every single day. So let's say you have a crease color that you happen to use every single day, it will go quicker because you can use it more often. The second thing that I would say when it comes to eyes is for the brows. So one of the things that I've noticed goes the absolute quickest is brow pencils, specifically the ones that are kind of like mechanic screw up rather than sharpened ones. Those you can fly through. Those are really easy to pan. I don't really buy those anymore, to be honest, because I go through them so quickly. So if you have them in your collection and you're looking for something that you can fly through in a product pan, look at your brow pencils, because you can go through them very fast. And then lastly we come to lips. And overall, I would say lip balms are something that I can go through quite quickly, because again, I can use them on an everyday basis, like either going to bed or when I get ready, I put on a lip balm first and kind of fly through it that way. You could also, this is kind of going into like the formula, which I'm going to cover in a second, but lip glosses as well are something that is very quick to go through, at least for me, because you know, it's something that you can reapply. They don't last very long on your lips, so you can reapply again, use it very often. But it depends on what kind of look you want. If you're not an everyday lip gloss wearer, it will take you longer. But if you happen to wear lip gloss every single day, that's something that again you're gonna fly through. So those are kind of the products that I feel like are the easiest to pan, for the reason that you can use them every single day. And again, I've already covered this a little bit, but those are the type of products you will fly through, because if you don't use your products, if you don't have a lot of uses on them, you're not going to see a lot of progress. That is how the game works. I mean, if you, let's say if you use bronzer every single day for a month, compared to using it like 5 times per month, you know, 30 days versus 5, like that's going to be 6 months of uses in 1 month, if that makes sense, if you only use it 5 times in a month. So it all kind of comes down to using things regularly, and that's kind of for me the ones that I find easiest to pan. So I would recommend for you to maybe look at your own collection and look at your own like routine, and look at what products you're happy to use every single day, and what products you kind of feel like you want to switch up every day to make makeup exciting again for you. You know, for example, even with blush, that is a kind of an exception, I would say, because even though you use the same blush every single day, usually they take quite a long time to use up, and I'm going to get into that in a second with the formulas. But overall, things that you can use a lot of and use every single day are definitely things that are easy to pan. So look at your own collection and see what those things are, and those would probably be my top picks for things that are easy to pan in like product pans and stuff. The second thing that I would look at if you're looking for something that is easy to pan would be formulas. So I already covered this a little bit, and in general, for all categories, I would say that sheer products are the way to go when it comes to formulas. If you want to pan something and you want it to go quickly, look at some things that are sheer. Because if they are sheer, you can build it up on your cheeks or your skin or whatever it is. You can build it up and you can use more product at a time, and that will make it go quicker. So that's kind of what I'm coming into when it comes to blushes. So I find blushes quite hard to pan because a lot of times they are very pigmented and you don't need very much of them. So even if you can use the same blush every single day, I find it take quite a long time because there's a lot of products in blushes normally, and they are quite pigmented. But if you have something that is a bit sheerer, that will go quicker. Same with like obviously bronzer, everything like that, highlighter, it will go quite quickly if it is sheerer or if it's something you can build up. Same with foundation, concealer, because if you can build it up, you will obviously use more products. It all comes down to that, I guess. So those are definitely something that I would look at, is try to pan your sheer products if you want to be able to get more progress, because if something is full coverage, you have to be quite cautious on how much you put on, especially with a colored products on your face. I feel like with foundation you can get away with it a little bit, but it can sometimes tend to look cakey. So I would look again at more sheer products and build it up rather than looking at a full coverage thing if you want to get through something quicker. But when it comes to cheek products, mainly for base, if they are very pigmented, it will take you forever to go through them. Even if it is like a bronzer, like I said, or blush or highlighter or any colored kind of product, it will be very hard to pan if they are very pigmented. When it comes to eyes, or again powder products in general, but mainly eyes, the easiest ones to pan are definitely the powdery ones. So things that have a lot of kick up to them, things again you can build up. So if they are sheerer or a shadow that is not like something that you can build up, basically like a light transition shade, or again something that doesn't have too much pigment to it, things that you can build up is definitely something that will go quicker. Otherwise, when it comes to eyes, for me it's really hard to pan things completely. I've done pan that pads several times over, but it isn't the easiest thing to pan because I want to switch up my eyeshadows all the time. But again, it comes down to two things that I mentioned, and that is formula and how often you can use things, because those two factors are what will determine what is easiest for you to pan. So yeah, it's really hard when it comes to eyeshadow because it's very individual from person to person, but those two are the things that I would recommend you looking at. Lastly, we come to lip products. The formulas for lip products that I find are easiest to pan are definitely, again, sheer products. So for example, kind of glossy lipsticks, sheer lipsticks, moisturizing lipsticks, those kind of things. Again, lip glosses are definitely something that's easy to pan. Another thing that I haven't mentioned yet, which comes back to kind of sharpening things or even retractable things, is lip liners. Lip liners I can fly through. Again, it should be something like a color that you can wear every day, so maybe like a nude. Like a red lip liner will definitely take longer to finish than a nude, unless you wear red on the like every day. Then go ahead, introduce that, that's perfect for you. But whatever is your everyday kind of color, a lip liner you will get through that very, very quickly, especially if you cover your lip with it like as a base and maybe cover it with a gloss, or just wear it on its own. You're gonna go through them very, very quickly. But otherwise, yeah, just look at formulas, look what is sheer, look at what is like more moisturizing, look what has more kick up that you can build up, and also again what you can wear on an everyday basis. I feel like this video has been very kind of repetitive of what I mentioned, but some people have recommended me to do this video, and I wanted to go through what I look at when it comes to what is easiest to pan. So yeah, it is very individual, but these are kind of my recommendations. So top products I would pick are definitely base products like foundation, concealer, powder, primer. Those things are definitely my top pick for specific products to introduce. On top of that, also lip liner, gloss, moisturizing lipsticks, all in kind of colors that you can wear on every day. Those are also something that is going to be quicker to pan. And then also, like I said, maybe a setting shade or a blending out shade for eyeshadows if you're looking for an eyeshadow that's easy to pan, or like an inner corner highlight or something that you can wear again every single day, same product. So that is it for today, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed my recommendations or my tips. If you want more videos like this, let me know, and also let me know, or let everyone know down below, what are your top picks for easy products to pan. What do you introduce into product if you want something that you can get through very quickly. But yeah, I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye guys.